Hi, I'm Jasper. I'm a biochemical engineering and business student, and I've lived in Hong Kong for my whole life, and I've been really accustomed to the social and party aspects there. But coming to London, I was really unfamiliar and didn't know how to navigate the territory. So ABACUS actually allowed me to feel this sense of belonging and help me build relationships and also familiarize myself with the party culture. What inspired me to nominate myself for president was the collaborative nature of London ABACUS. Whether it be through partying, hot pot, or sports, ABACUS will always feel like home for Asian students coming abroad. Coming into university underage, I also understand the frustration of missing out on events and the fear of not being able to make friends in the early stage of university. And as president, I aim to make more age-inclusive social events in collaboration with other universities and also UCL societies. This will help freshers into making friends and also not only in UCL but also other universities. And I'm also a firm believer that food brings everyone together, and that's why as president I strive to push out these casual social events because nothing is better than bonding over hot pot or Korean barbecue. And attending these ABACUS party events has also made me realize that not much social interaction actually goes on at the clubs, because realistically you won't be able to hear everyone over the loud music. This is why I aim to promote more pre-clubbing events that push out that sense of bonding in ABACUS. Getting monthly feedback from members of the society and the committee is also really important because as president, I aim to make all events enjoyable and memorable. So working with other leadership roles to improve events is also really important. I'm also really interested in the concept of possibly making merchandise in collaboration with Asian or ABACUS artists to promote, the sense of pride in being in ABACUS and also to rep the society. All in all, I believe that as president, I can make innovative contributions that will help bring the society together and lead our committee leadership members.
Okay, Jasper, your first question. As president, your job is to negotiate with the other presidents about ticket prices and distribution. If your members are not happy with the ticket pricing of the Go Party, which tends to be on the pricier side, and therefore ticket sales are unexpectedly low, how would you discuss this with the other presidents, if at all? Would you subsidize for lower ticket prices for UCL ABACUS? Why or why not?
It's a really tough question, but I definitely have to collaborate with all the London ABACUS presidents first and try to maybe, we have to compromise a bit because we know that both prices are really expensive, but we got to meet possibly in the middle. And if that doesn't happen, then I guess that we might have to take a loss and have to subsidize the lower ticket prices for ABACUS, but that loss will be made up through other events or possibly through doing other things that could promote the prices, like maybe merchandise or having drink vouchers that allow you to purchase more.
So do you mean that you would ask the other presidents to subsidize their tickets as well, or just subsidize for UCL?
That would have to be up to them too, but if they can't come to an agreement where they would subsidize their prices, then I think it would be more appropriate to lower the prices just for ABACUS, just for our ABACUS.
Okay. Could that possibly piss off the other presidents?
Yeah, it would. It definitely would. So obviously, we would have to, communication between all London ABACUS presidents is really important. And I think, I would obviously have, try my best to push all of the, London ABACUS to subsidize the ticket prices, or either just try my best to, lower all of them. But we'll have to see. It depends on, the scenario and what our members are, saying.
At one of our events this year, an attendee for a clubbing event experienced cardiac arrest because of alcohol poisoning, and an ambulance needed to be called. The health and safety of our members are always a priority. How would you handle the situation?
Prior to finding out, or finding out after the thing, or has it?
So the scenario is, you're at the club,
yeah.
One of the other presidents has come up to you and been like, a guy's passed out, we have to call an ambulance. What are your next steps?
So first step would definitely be calling the ambulance. That's obviously the first priority, is to get professional help. And then the second is to notify all of the presidents of the London ABACUS first, because it might not be a member of our society, it might be a member of maybe someone from KCL, LSE or something like that. So contacting those presidents, and then the third of all, I'll be contacting my our committee roles and to tell them that someone from the event has, experienced cardiac arrest. And then from there, I would probably I'd probably collaborate with like our welfare officer because they know what's best to deal with the situation.
Okay, so this actually did happen at one of our events, and one of the problems about this scenario is that this happened in a club.
Yeah.
Loads of drunk people, there's loud music, people are all over the place. It's going to be really hard to locate the other presidents. So what we had to do was we had to first contact the security team, turned on the lights, turned off the music, and we had to get everyone out of there. My question to you is, after this event, rumors started spreading that the guy was dead. Now, he wasn't dead, he was very much alive, but how would you handle that?
Well, I would be guessing the most appropriate thing. Well, like first, privacy and respect to that person is really important. So asking that person for consent to maybe make a, like publicizing a letter, like maybe just on like our Instagram or like WhatsApp chat, like just, to clear up the rumors and diffuse the situation. So definitely working with the general secretary to make a formal letter addressing the situation and that everything is okay. That would be really important too. But anonymity and privacy to that person is always priority.
I mean, that's what we did. Me and the other presidents, we had to draft a statement that we all approved of, and then we posted it on social media, reminding people to stay safe in clubs and to be responsible with their drinking. Does anyone have any questions?
In regards to scenario question 1, if you were to subsidize for like the UCL tickets, what's stopping other ABACUS members from other universities that want to buy the boat tickets from buying it through their UCL friends, and then those other universities will get like sales?
That is definitely a problem, and as she addressed, like it would definitely make other London ABACUS presidents really mad. So I'm guessing that like lowering the ticket prices would have to be a general consensus within all the presidents. Like if we lower it, then everyone has to lower it, and if majority of the presidents decide not to lower it, then I guess you have to keep it at that high price and maybe like potentially suffer like a loss.
Sorry. So as UCL is a much bigger ABACUS society, we have a lot more members than the other London ABACUS unis. Selling boat party tickets at higher prices we've never really run into problems with that specifically. But some of the smaller universities were complaining that the tickets were too expensive and that their members were not going to pay for them. So let's say a president from a smaller uni, let's say Goldsmiths or so, comes to you and they say, we're not happy with the ticket pricing. We want to subsidize our tickets just for our members. How do you respond to that?
They're only contacting UCL or they're contacting the wider London ABACUS?
All the presidents, but keep in mind that traditionally UCL is the main planner for the boat party. Yeah.
I would say that if they plan on subsidizing their tickets, I would have to obviously have a discussion with the treasurer of our society and potentially discuss definitely lowering the prices, because if they're a really small society, of course they're not going to pay that much for the ticket prices. So definitely I would have to talk to the treasurer first about that, and then deciding on whether or not to lower it. But of course a lower price will be met. It's just that finding that range and deciding on a final value will definitely be up to the treasurer to decide and to make that appropriate decision.
Any other questions? Yeah, Emma?
So let's say you're going to organize a clubbing event, but you're trying to find different places around London, but they're all asking for a ridiculous minimum spend. So would you, postpone the event, cancel it, but bear in mind it's an event for example, Chinese New Year. It's traditionally held every year. So how would you go about that situation?
This is prior to releasing the description of the events, or is it already you
can't ask people to sign up without confirming with the club. Yeah, so.
Okay. So then they're just asking for a really high minimum price.
Yeah, so you're negotiating with clubs.
Okay, yeah. So if they are requesting a really high minimum buy-in, then I guess, like, of course, first priority is to try to lower that minimum spend, but if that can't be reached, then there can be possibly like promotional vouchers that could help reach that spend. But if, like, is the question you're trying to ask like oh,
Yeah, so how
combat
would you,
spend, or?
so like, because, so how it goes usually is that presidents will negotiate with the clubs and book the venue, and confirm the venue, and after it's been confirmed, you will start releasing tickets. But because so generally you probably have like a benchmark of, you know, how much, let's say it's like 10K, and then, but this time, I don't know why, maybe it's just like inflation, whatever, and they say it's like ridiculous double or something, and then you're saying, oh, we probably can't hold this event because it's too expensive, and a lot of the clubs are doing that. So would you postpone it, or, you know, what kind of actions would you do?
If it's like a big event like Chinese New Year, it would be pretty hard to postpone it as like it's a specific date. But postponing it wouldn't really, it would just delay the inevitable that you would have to reach a really high minimum spending. So, like, definitely trying to promote it more and get more people to come to that event and spend more. That's probably like the most realistic way to combat like inevitable high minimum spending.
So I saw that, like, I heard that you were very keen on lowering ticket price. So what do you think is the practicality and whether it's like realistic?
The practicality of it is, I mean, like, lowering ticket prices are highly unrealistic because you have to fill in that minimum spending, and like the treasurer will be like, nah, you guys gotta chill for a bit. But I would say, I mean, I never really, like, in my speech, I never really prioritized lowering the ticket price. It wasn't really my main goal, because I feel like as for UCL ABACUS, there wasn't really a big problem about ticket pricing. Like, it's inevitable people will spend that like high amount of money to go to the events. So I wouldn't really try to justify lowering the prices, like, just for UCL ABACUS events. But if for scenario one where other universities like Goldsmith something would require like a low, like subsidizing the tickets, then it will be done for the other societies rather than like our internal.
Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you, Jasper.